All right, let's dive into a topic that, let's be honest, can feel like a total maze: Medicare's prescription drug plans, also known as Part D. Our goal today is simple. I want to give you the tools you need to navigate this whole system with confidence, and hey, maybe even save you some serious money along the way.
You know, if you've ever stared at a screen full of plans, premiums, and deductibles and just felt completely overwhelmed, you are so not alone. It's a really complex system, and with the cost of prescriptions these days, the stakes are pretty high. But don't you worry, we're going to break it all down step by simple step. And look, you really are in good company here. We're talking about nearly 55 million Americans who are enrolled in a Part D plan. So this isn't some small niche program. It's a huge piece of the healthcare puzzle for tens of millions of people, which makes understanding it all the more important.
So, to make sense of everything, here's our game plan. We'll start with the absolute basics of drug coverage, then we'll get into some game-changing new rules that could save you a ton of money. After that, we'll do a hands-on walkthrough of how to find the perfect plan for you, and we'll wrap it up with the most important takeaways.
Okay, first things first, let's build a solid foundation. What in the world is Medicare Part D, and how does it actually work? Getting this part right is the key to everything else.
So at its core, Part D is basically an optional insurance program that helps you pay for your prescription drugs. Now, it's not run directly by the government. Instead, it's offered by private insurance companies that are approved by Medicare. You can get this coverage in one of two ways: either as a separate, standalone plan that you add to original Medicare, or as part of a bigger, all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan. Okay, let's break down how your costs work over the course of a year. Think of it in 3 stages. First, you've got the deductible. In a standard 2026 plan, that means you pay the first $615 for your drugs. After you've hit that, you move into the initial coverage phase, where you and your plan share the costs. Then, once your total spending hits a certain limit, you enter catastrophic coverage. And this part is awesome. You'll pay $0, that's right, 0, for your covered drugs for the rest of the year.
Now that idea of protecting you from high costs brings us to some really big news. There have been some major money-saving changes that have kicked in, all thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act. And these changes are designed to put real money back in your pocket.
And, you know, that is not an exaggeration. This law brought in some of the biggest updates to Medicare in years, and it directly targets those crazy high drug prices and out-of-pocket costs. It's truly a game changer.
So here's the most important number I want you to remember: $2,100. Starting in 2026, this is the absolute maximum amount of money you will have to pay out of pocket for your prescriptions for the entire year. Once you hit that cap, that's it. Your plan pays 100%. It's a brand new safety net that protects you from those terrifying catastrophic drug costs.
And the savings don't even stop there. The law also capped the monthly cost of insulin at just $35. It made common adult vaccines totally free. And for the first time ever, it gave Medicare the power to negotiate prices for some of those super expensive drugs. Plus, it expanded the eligibility for extra help, making it easier for folks with limited incomes to get assistance. Every single one of these is a huge win.
Okay, so knowing the rules is one thing, but how do you actually use them to your advantage? Let's get practical. I'm going to walk you through the single best tool for this job, the official Medicare Planfinder website. This is how you turn all this knowledge into real savings.
Your journey begins at the one and only official website, Medicare.gov. Seriously, make sure you're on the .gov site and not some commercial look-alike. Right on the homepage, you're going to look for a box that says Find Health and Drug Plans. That's your launchpad.
Next, the site will ask for your location. Just pop in your zip code. This is super important because Part D plans are regional. The options you have in Florida can be completely different from the ones in, say, California.
Now this next step, this is the most important one, so please don't skip it. You have to enter the exact list of prescriptions you take, including the right dosage. I know it's a little bit of work, but without this info, the tool just can't give you an accurate cost comparison. This is really the secret to personalizing your search.
And here's where the magic happens. Once you've got your drug list in there, the tool does all the heavy lifting. It automatically sorts all the available plans by the lowest total estimated annual cost. That's your monthly premiums plus all your drug costs added together. Just like that, the most affordable options for you float right to the top of the list.
Okay, so you see a plan that looks promising. Don't stop there. You've got to click on Plan Details. This is where you can double-check that your favorite pharmacy is in-network, see if there are any restrictions on your drugs, and just get a really good feel for how the plan works before you make a final decision.
Phew! Okay, we've covered a lot of ground.
So let's bring it all home and focus on the exact steps you can take to make sure you are in the driver's seat when it comes to your prescription drug costs.
Here it is, your 4-point action plan. First, and this is a big one, review your plan every single year during open enrollment. Things can change. Second, always use the official Medicare.gov Planfinder. Third, remember that new $2,100 cap is your ultimate financial safety net. And finally, if you get stuck, please don't be afraid to ask for help.
And when I say ask for help, I mean it. You do not have to do this alone. Every single state has something called a State Health Insurance Assistance Program, or SHIP for short. They offer free, unbiased, one-on-one counseling. Seriously, these programs are an amazing resource, and they can walk you through the entire process. So the main takeaway here is this. Yeah, the system can seem complicated, but now you have the knowledge, you have the tools, and you know where to find the resources to take control. The power to choose the right plan and manage your costs is right there in your hands. The only question is, are you ready to use it?